It's Sunday. Honestly, you guys, I gotta tell you, I spent the day watching television today, and that probably sounds like a calm, relaxing, and peaceful thing. But what I watched, I can't get out of my brain. I'm not gonna preach on it, except to say that my mother and I binge watched the show Surviving R. Kelly today. And it's basically a show bringing the people on there who were victimized by the singer R. Kelly. And now, grant you, I know one R. Kelly song, and it's the I Believe I Can Fly song that he actually sang. And the other R. Kelly written song that I know is You Are Not Alone by Michael Jackson. That's it. I just never liked him as an artist. It just wasn't my cup of tea. But my empathic self is on freaking overload right now. Like, I sit there and try and figure out how things like this happen, like how people get lured in and stuff. I can't figure it out because it doesn't make any sense to me. But my empathic capacities are just on overload right now, because all we could do is cry through most of that thing. If we alternated from crying to getting angry, to crying to getting angry, to crying to what the you know what I mean? And okay, so maybe that was just me. My mom would never say that, but I don't know. This is one of the reasons why I'm selective about what I watch on television. I don't watch the news, ever. If I need to read news, I will go and read it. I have set my, my Google News, to only get certain kinds of news. And then Google changed it. So, I don't go there. Mostly because, all that stuff is just designed to piss you off. So, some of the stuff you should get angry about, like government shutdown over a temper tantrum. Yeah, you should get angry about that. And it's not just one person's temper tantrum, okay? But, all that stuff is just designed to upset you. So I'm usually selective. But I was curious about this show because so many people I had read were talking about it. And as someone who has been down that road, not with R. Kelly, but who's been down that road, I always tend to gravitate more to the stories like that. So, but the longer I sat there and watched it, the angrier I got. And I was like, boy, my empathy is out of control right now. So I was going to think, what do you do when you're, watching something like that and your empathy is just spiraling out of control? Well, first thing, you could turn it off. But then, if you're anything like me, you gotta know what happens next. You gotta know. So, basically, it was just me going, I took a bathroom break somewhere in the middle, and just, while I was, doing that, I was and just trying to ground and center myself and bring myself back to calm, because I could feel myself, my empathic self, getting really kind of crazy. So I was like, no. So the key to that is realizing when it's your emotions, your experiences, or your empathic self. See, those kind of sometimes all kind of come together. and based on, the trigger that you have. So it's kind of, I can't sit here and tell you there's a formula to how to figure that out, because it's personal. Not personal, it's subjective to you and your experiences and your empathic being. But what I can tell you, and I actually caught myself not doing this, I turned on this documentary only having a small understanding of what I was going to say. And even with the small understanding I had, I should have put my protective glass around, and because I already kind of took off my protective shield once I realized that we were going to be staying home and not going out and doing the first one. We would just be lazy. I don't need to have my protection on because we're just chilling and watching TV. Well, just because I'm not absorbing energy from the outside by interacting with people doesn't mean that I can't absorb the energy that I'm watching on the television. Like, I used to come home from work and the very first thing I would do was find a cartoon. I don't know, SpongeBob was really good. A cartoon where I don't have to think. And my brain can literally just power down and be like, okay, who lives in a pineapple under the sea? Oh, okay. And just my brain can just power down because I was in such a highly stressful environment at the job I had at the time that any other thing was impossible. I couldn't even make dinner for myself until I was able to just woosah and kind of go into the zone where I'm just like, okay, and having sort of funny, delightful, charming, mindless things to do. And not just television. Sometimes I would turn on music too that would, kind of sort of help center me. That's what I'm actually fixing to do as soon as I'm done with this video. I'm actually going to turn on some music and just kind of relax. Because, yeah, I can't get it out of my brain. I really can't. So, but that's what I suggest. When you're looking at something and you start to get that feeling of maybe being overwhelmed or upset, and that it's not you. You're not upset because of something that happened to you or that you did. You're reacting to what you're seeing or understanding or feeling from someone else. Stop. Just relax. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Couple, 3 times. Just relax, ground and center if you can. Put some music on. Put something on the television. Put something down there that's soothing for you. Oh, it's Jake. Hey, bud. Want to say hello? He's like, no, there's my tail. Pet a cat. Pet a dog. You came in at just a good time. Hey. Doing this can actually relax you. I have an actual, not real cat too, see? Down there on the floor. His name is Elmer. He's named after my grandfather because both my grandfather and the white tiger only have one eye. So, I used to actually sit and just kind of run my hand over him when I lived in Mass and I didn't have any animals. Just for the feeling of calming and soothing and chilling out. He's moving around. Where'd you go? I'm talking about, you came in at just the right time. We're gonna hijack my pillows. I'm so hijacking my pillows. Oh, serious. Alright, see? It already made me feel better. Alright, you guys. Not going to talk for very long today. I just wanted to share that with you. Breathe. Find something pleasurable. See? relax. Understand that you're empathic self. Because you're a light worker, you feel for others. You can't help it. Anyway, I'm gonna go. See you guys tomorrow. Peace and love.